This video on writing a formal letter is divided into two parts as the topic needs a detailed discussion. What is a formal letter? A formal letter is a written communication that follows a specific format and uses formal language. In an exam question, formal letter may be written to editor of a newspaper, a government official, a businessman, or to a principal. Some basic features of a formal letter. Number one is the sender's address. Include your address at the top right corner of the letter. Number two is date. Write the date below your address, usually a line or two after the sender's address. Number three is recipient's address. Leave a space below the date and then write the recipient's address, only if it is being asked in the task. Number four is salutation. Begin the letter with a formal salutation like dear sir, madam, or to whom it may concern. Introduction is on number five, that is how you are going to the beginning paragraph. Start your letter with an opening paragraph that clearly states the purpose of the letter. Then on number 6 we have body paragraphs. According to our task, we have to divide our letter into 5 to 6 paragraphs as per required in the word limit that is being given to us in the directed writing questions. Divide the main content into separate paragraphs, each dealing with a specific point. This is very important. Maintain a clear and logical structure. Then number 7 we have the closing. End the letter with a closing phrase such as yours faithfully if you started with dear sir, madam, or yours sincerely if you address the recipient by name. Mostly we write yours sincerely for if you are going to write the letter to the principal. Number 8 is signature. Leave space after the closing and type your name. That is, after the valediction we are just going to have the sign and the name. We have to sign our name or whatever is being the instruction is being given in the question. If the letter is handwritten, sign it above your that is just one basic point. Of course we are going to write the letter. Remember to maintain a formal tone, use proper grammar and spelling, and follow the appropriate conventions for your chosen format. For example, block format or indented. We normally adopt indented format. Now we are going to attempt a formal writing question taken from this Cambridge endorsed textbook for examination from 2024 onwards. Let's open page number 163 and read the question. Exercise 3. There has been a proposal from your local authority that the area in which you live should be made a traffic-free zone. Your local newspaper has invited readers to make their views about this known. Write a letter to the editor of the newspaper giving your reasons for or against this proposal. You should use some of the ideas given by John and Razia, but may also add some of your own. Remember, you might want to use some of the ideas that are opposed to your view so that you can disagree with them. So it's going to be a letter to the editor where you are going to give your views. Obviously we are going to make a proper rough sketch dividing the points into various paragraphs, but before that we are going to read the two texts that are given on page number 162 and 163. Now the instructions for the task are: in your letter you should, number 1, evaluate the ideas and opinions in both texts. That means when you are going to read both texts, you are going to underline the ideas and opinions, generalize. You can number them 1, 2, 3, 4, because as you know the reading counts a lot. Reading is important before you come to the writing part of your paper. Second point is give your own views based on what you have read about the advantages and disadvantages of owning a car. As we are going to read the text, so we shall discuss the advantages and disadvantages of owning a car. Of course, in point number 2, you are going to give your own views. That means some of the points that are different from the views and opinions expressed in both texts. Be careful to use your own words. This is very important. So you must have the command of synonyms. So we have to spend a lot of time on our reading section when we are going to attempt the directed writing question. As we know, the new word limit is right about 250 to 350 words. So it can be 310 words or 320 approximately. Begin with dear editor. After reading the question, now let's follow the following steps so that we are going to make and compile our points before we start the final version of our writing task. Step number 1 is we are going to give a heading of the question, that is proposal to make traffic free zone area. Step number 2 is we are going to read and underline the advantages of owning or using cars. Step number 3 is disadvantages of owning or using cars, of course from both the texts. Step number 4 is your own views about the pros and cons of this issue. Let's start the question. Here are 2 points of view about cars and motoring. Read them carefully and then answer the question that follows. First is the opinion and the ideas expressed by John. Cars are essential to the lives of families throughout the world and are one of the most expensive items they will buy. There are many varieties of cars at a range of prices, so that it should be possible for every home to have one. So this is the introductory paragraph. From this text we are going to discuss, find out, read and underline and we are going to number the advantages of owning and using cars. Now second paragraph, and we are going to now number the points. For many people, they are the most convenient and most easily accessible form of transport. So point number 1, the most convenient, and point number 2, most easily accessible form of transport, and allow individuals the freedom to travel where they like and when they like. So number 3 is allow individuals the freedom. Of course, when you are going to underline, after that you are going to write the rough points, but when you are going to elaborate these points, you are going to use your own words. This is a very important point, that do not copy word to word from the text, otherwise you will your marks would be deducted, or you would be penalized for that. So here only the first step, that is we are just having the collecting and underlining the points. There's no need to wait in the train for the next bus or to stand in crowds at railway stations. Not only that, cars are comfortable. Now this is point number 4, as again advantages. So the heading is there, it is written, so you have to look at the heading and then you are going to underline the points. Cars are comfortable. All passengers have somewhere to sit, as opposed to having to stand for hours during a rush hour train journey. You are not going to copy word to word. You can combine this point number 4 with the or you can elaborate it, that cars are comfortable and people can have they can enjoy their journey. It's a rush hour, whether it's a rush hour train journey. Next paragraph. Traveling by car is also an enjoyable experience. So advantage number 5, that is an enjoyable experience. Underline. If you are the driver, you have the thrill of being in control of a powerful piece of machinery and the freedom to choose your own route. Now this is point number 6. Freedom to choose your own route and to make changes to it when the mood takes you. As a passenger, you can sit back in your seat and watch the passing scenery, or read a book, or just fall asleep as you wish. Now this is just elaboration. You can choose your own route and you can just elaborate it by picking one or two any idea from the or 1 point from this. You can combine these two lines with point number 6, that is choosing your own route. Again, the reminder is that do not copy word to word. Last paragraph, if there is an emergency and someone like a friend or relative needs to be taken to a hospital urgently, then a car is an extremely efficient way of getting them there quickly and comfortably. In the last paragraph, we have the 7 point, that is an emergency, underline, and you in the next line, the a car is an extremely efficient way. So either you can make it the 8th point, or either you can combine it. In an emergency, car is an extremely efficient way of moving quickly and comfortably. So text number 1 is now finished.